for those people. This could be, in a sense, a clearing of the air that, yes, they may well have crossed paths with Epstein at some point in some way in the past, but for them, there is certainly no suggestion that they are implicated in his crimes.
A disturbing rumor had been circulating about media icon Oprah Winfrey. It was alleged that she had been arrested for her involvement in a global sex trafficking ring. We delve into the details surrounding these accusations as the recent release of court documents containing the names of individuals connected to the notorious Jeffrey Epstein has sent shockwaves through the public. Join us as we analyze the evidence and hear directly from Oprah herself as she breaks her silence on her involvement in the case. Oprah Winfrey breaks silence. In the world of social media, rumors can spread like wildfire, and no one is immune to their destructive power. Media mogul. Oprah Winfrey found herself at the center of a scandalous controversy. False accusations began circulating, claiming that she had been arrested for her alleged involvement in a global sex trafficking ring. The rumors originated on Twitter, where users started arguing that Oprah's luxurious home in Boca Raton, Florida, had been raided by law enforcement in connection with a global trafficking ring. These individuals pointed to Oprah's past interactions with notorious sex offenders, Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, as supposed evidence of her involvement. However, it is important to note that Oprah's interactions with these individuals were purely professional and did not imply any complicity in their criminal activities. As the rumors gained traction, they quickly spread like wildfire across social media platforms. People were quick to jump to conclusions, fueled by sensationalism and a desire for scandalous headlines. The false claims were further perpetuated by individuals who were either misinformed or intentionally seeking to tarnish Oprah's reputation. The allegations against Oprah were not only baseless, but also deeply damaging. They not only questioned her integrity, but also undermined the significant contributions she has made throughout her career. Oprah has been a champion for women's rights, education, and philanthropy, using her platform to uplift and empower others. To suggest that she was involved in such heinous activities is not only absurd, but also a disservice to the positive impact she has had on countless lives. Oprah, being the resilient and strong-willed woman she is, took to Twitter to address the false accusations head-on. In a tweet, she expressed her disbelief at the rumors and clarified that they were completely untrue. She reassured her followers that she had not been raided or arrested, emphasizing that she was simply practicing self-distancing and sanitizing like everyone else during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. She said, "Just got a phone call that my name is trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true," she wrote on Twitter. "Haven't been raided or arrested, just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world. Stay safe, everybody. It is disheartening to see how easily false information can spread and the damage it can cause. The power of social media is undeniable, but it is crucial that we approach it with caution and critical thinking. It is our responsibility as consumers of information to verify the credibility of sources and not blindly believe everything we come across online." In the case of Oprah Winfrey, the false accusations were not only harmful to her reputation, but also a reflection of the dark side of social media. It is a reminder that we must be vigilant in distinguishing fact from fiction and not allow ourselves to be swayed by sensationalism. Another high-profile celebrity that was caught up in the Jeffrey Epstein web is the supermodel Naomi Campbell. In a resurfaced video from 2019, Naomi Campbell opens up about her association with Epstein, shedding light on a side of the story that has remained largely untold. Amidst the controversy surrounding Epstein's alleged sex trafficking activities, Campbell finds herself defending her past actions and vehemently denying any involvement in his heinous crimes. "I've always said that I'm not a saint, that I am a work in progress, but I will not be held hostage by my past. What Epstein has done is indefensible, and it sickened me to my stomach just like everybody else. I've had my fair share of sexual predators, and thank God I had good people around me who protected me from this. Right now, I stand with the victims. They are scarred for life." Campbell's words resonate with a sense of empathy and a strong stance against the actions of Epstein. She acknowledges the gravity of the situation and expresses her solidarity with the victims who have suffered unimaginable trauma. As a renowned supermodel, Campbell has rubbed shoulders with countless individuals at public events throughout her career. However, she finds it extraordinary that out of all the people she has interacted with, only a select few have been singled out and scrutinized. It's going to be very difficult to be photographed at public events because you're going to think, if you do take a picture, it's going to be taken out of context and used in a negative way. I shouldn't be chatting chastised just for taking pictures with people. Fame should not equate to guilt. She expressed her disappointment with the media's coverage of her, criticizing them for emphasizing negative aspects and overlooking the significant contributions she has made through her charity, Fashion for Relief. She stressed that her charity is not a vanity project, but is genuinely focused on making a difference. Additionally, Campbell highlighted her concerns about the unfairness of her involvement in the Charles Taylor story, where she was only a witness, and pointed out the distorted nature of the journalism related to her. Campbell raises a valid point about the dangers of judging individuals solely based on their associations. She refuses to let the media's portrayal of her past define her character and impact her philanthropic efforts. Despite the controversy surrounding her association with Epstein, Campbell has been actively involved in various humanitarian efforts, supporting causes such as Hurricane Katrina, maternal health initiatives, and working with organizations like Save the Children. Her dedication to making a positive impact in the world is undeniable. Several other high-profile individuals had their names pop up on Jeffrey's documents. And in case you're wondering what the craze is about, documents that include the names of more than 100 people connected to Jeffrey Epstein, including business associates and accusers, among others, have now been made public, following a federal judge's December 2023 ruling that the information be unsealed, Jeffrey Epstein's case. As we delve into the pages of these documents, it becomes clear that this is not just a list of random names. These are individuals who had direct ties to Epstein, whether through business associations, social connections, or even allegations of abuse. The unsealed court documents, totaling over 900 pages, provide a glimpse into the dark world of Epstein and the web of people who were part of his disturbing activities. One of the most significant aspects of these documents is the revelation that many of the names mentioned had also appeared on the flight logs of Epstein's private jet, famously known as the Lolita Express. This jet was Epstein's preferred mode of transportation to his private island in the Caribbean, where he carried out his illicit activities. The flight logs, along with other documents such as Epstein's private calendar, had previously been made public, but the unsealed court documents provide a more comprehensive view of the individuals involved. It is important to note that not all of the individuals mentioned in these documents are accused of any wrongdoing. Many of them were simply associated with Epstein, either through employment or social connections. However, the release of these names has sparked intense speculation and raised questions about the extent of Epstein's network and the potential complicity of those involved. The unsealed court documents are a result of a defamation lawsuit brought by Virginia Giuffre against Ghislaine Maxwell, a British socialite and longtime associate of Epstein. Maxwell was found guilty by a New York jury in 2021 on conspiracy and trafficking charges related to Epstein and her role in the abuse of underage girls. Giuffre's lawsuit sought to hold Maxwell accountable for enabling her abuse by Epstein. Within these documents, we find a list of 184 J does, starting from J Doe Nartha 3 through J Doe Dow 187. Some names are repeated, while a small number are the names of minors or sexual assault victims, which the judge specified would not be released. However, it is crucial to understand that the majority of the names mentioned are of innocent individuals who may have had professional or social connections with Epstein. Among the well-known figures mentioned in the unsealed documents is Britain's Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew settled a lawsuit with Virginia Giuffre in 2022, who accused him and Epstein of abusing her as a teenager. In a court filing, Prince Andrew's attorneys expressed regret for his association with Epstein and commended the bravery of Giuffre and other survivors. The documents also include a deposition from Johanna Schoberg, who alleged that she was groped by Prince Andrew in 2001. Another prominent name that appears in the documents is former President Bill Clinton. Epstein had described Clinton as a good friend, according to one of Epstein's accusers. While Clinton's name had previously appeared on the flight manifests for Epstein's private jet, he has not been accused of any wrongdoing. Clinton's spokesperson stated that it has been nearly 20 years since Clinton last had contact with Epstein and denied any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. As we continue to explore the unsealed court documents, we come across the testimony of Ghislaine Maxwell herself. Maxwell testifies that Clinton never had a meal on Epstein's island and that she does not know how many times Clinton flew on Epstein's plane. Maxwell's team attempts to debunk an article by journalist Sharon Churcher of the Daily Mail, which described a dinner on Epstein's Little St. James Island allegedly attended by Clinton. Maxwell's team claims that former FBI Director Louis Freeh concluded that Clinton did not travel to the island during a specific period. It is important to note that the inclusion of these names in the documents does not indicate that they have committed or been accused of any wrongdoing. Some of the individuals mentioned are witnesses or had professional relationships with Epstein. However, the release of these names has undoubtedly added fuel to the already intense public interest in the Epstein case. One of the key figures mentioned in the Unsealed documents is attorney Alan Dershowitz. Dershowitz had defended Epstein in the 2008 criminal case, and the documents discuss sworn testimony by two household employees. One employee stated that Dershowitz visited Epstein's Florida mansion pretty often and allegedly received massages while he was there. The other employee testified that Dershowitz visited Epstein's home without his family when young girls were present. It is important to note that Dershowitz has previously denied any wrongdoing. Another notable name that appears in the documents is magician David Copperfield. Johanna Schoberg, in her deposition, mentioned having dinner with Copperfield at Epstein's home. It is crucial to clarify that Copperfield is not accused of any wrongdoing. Schoberg testified that Copperfield asked her if she was aware that girls were getting paid to find other girls, but she stated that he did not provide any specifics. The unsealed court documents also mention former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson. Richardson had been previously reported to have visited Epstein's sprawling Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. Virginia Giuffre, in a previously unsealed deposition, stated that she was directed to have sex with Richardson. However, Richardson vehemently denied these accusations, calling them completely false and stating that he had never met Giuffre. Donald Trump's name also appears in the documents, with a witness mentioning that Epstein mentioned calling Trump during a trip when a storm forced his jet to land in Atlantic City in 2001. The witness clarified that she did not give Trump a massage. It is important to note that claims regarding Trump's relationship with Epstein have been thoroughly debunked, according to a Trump spokesperson. Trump himself has stated that he knew Epstein but had a falling out with him many years ago. The unsealed court documents also provide insights into the testimony of Joseph Recaré, a former detective with the Palm Beach Police Department who led the investigation into Epstein's alleged sex abuse and trafficking. Recaré stated that he interviewed around 30 girls who were either asked to or gave massages at Epstein's home. He testified that these massages were for sexual gratification and that the majority of the young women he interviewed were under 18. Some of them were recruited with the promise of becoming models for Victoria's Secret, according to Recaré's testimony. As we continue to navigate through the unsealed court documents, it becomes evident that these testimonies and allegations paint a disturbing picture of Epstein's activities and the individuals involved, and that's why it was a big deal for Oprah. That's why she had to clear the air the way she did. While it is important to remember that the inclusion of these names in the documents does not imply guilt, the testimonies provide a glimpse into the experiences of Epstein's accusers and the alleged actions of those connected to him. The release of these documents has sparked renewed interest in the Epstein case and has reignited discussions surrounding the extent of his network and the potential complicity of those involved. The shocking revelations contained within these documents continue to captivate the public's attention and raise important questions about accountability and justice. The release of these documents has sparked a renewed push for justice and accountability. Survivors of Epstein's abuse, such as Virginia Giuffre, have been vocal in their pursuit of justice and have called for further investigations into Epstein's network and those who may have enabled his crimes. The unsealed court documents have provided additional evidence and testimonies that may aid in these ongoing investigations. One significant development following the release of the documents is the increased scrutiny on Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate and confidant. Maxwell was found guilty in 2021 on conspiracy and trafficking charges related to Epstein's abuse of underage girls. Her conviction has brought some measure of justice for the survivors, but the unsealed documents have raised further questions about her involvement and potential co-conspirators. The unsealed court documents have also prompted renewed investigations into other individuals connected to Epstein. Law enforcement agencies are actively pursuing leads and examining the evidence presented in the documents to determine if there are additional charges to be filed. The release of these documents has opened up new avenues for justice and has given hope to survivors that their voices will be heard. Furthermore, the unsealed court documents have had a profound impact on society as a whole. They have exposed the dark underbelly of power and privilege, highlighting the potential for abuse and exploitation that exists within elite circles. The revelations have sparked conversations about systemic issues, such as the unequal treatment of survivors and the need for comprehensive reforms to prevent such abuses from happening again. The Epstein case has also shed light on the flaws within the justice system. The controversial plea deal that Epstein secured in 2008, which allowed him to serve a lenient sentence and avoid federal charges, has raised questions about the accountability of the wealthy and well-connected. The unsealed court documents have reignited calls for reform, demanding a more equitable and just legal system that ensures all individuals, regardless of their status, are held accountable for their actions. In addition to the ongoing investigations, the release of these documents has had a profound impact on the survivors of Epstein's abuse. abuse. It has provided validation for their experiences and has empowered them to come forward and share their stories. Other controversies. Aside from the Epstein controversy, Oprah has been caught up in other feuds as well in the industry. Angela Monique was one of them. It was a feud that had captivated the entertainment industry for years, and it showed no signs of slowing down. Monique, the talented comedian and actress, had once again taken to social media to call out media mogul Oprah Winfrey. In a scathing open letter posted on her Instagram, Monique accused Oprah of making her life harder and shed light on what she perceived as a disparity in Oprah's treatment of people. The feud between Monique and Oprah began when Monique refused to do additional campaigning for time when she was just 16 years old and expressed her admiration for Oprah, telling her that she wanted to be just like her. Little did she know that Oprah's silence in the face of wrongdoing would later make her life harder. Monique went on to recount a specific incident that left a lasting impact on her. She explained how she was accused of being difficult for not promoting the film Precious internationally as requested by Lionsgate, Tyler Perry, and Oprah herself, despite her deal being with Lee Daniels Entertainment. Monique questioned Oprah's support for black women when she remained silent, even though Tyler Perry acknowledged that she was right. The comedian's frustration was palpable as she wondered why Oprah, who claimed to be an advocate for black women, didn't speak up on her behalf. Monique pointed out that her 16-year-old self didn't anticipate that Oprah's silence would contribute to making her life more challenging. Monique concluded her letter with a heartfelt plea for Oprah to reflect on her actions and support those who were right, regardless of their status or influence. She challenged Oprah to use her platform to uplift and empower those who had been wronged, rather than perpetuating a system that protected only the privileged. There have also been rumors of tension between Taraji P. Henson and Oprah in the previous weeks. Taraji P. Henson, the renowned actress known for her powerful performances, recently made waves in the entertainment industry by revealing her shocking experience with unfair pay from none other than Oprah Winfrey herself. This revelation came to light during a candid interview with Oprah's best friend, Gayle King. Taraji, a veteran in the industry with over 2 decades of experience and an Oscar nomination under her belt, found herself in a perplexing situation while working on the new Color Purple remake. This highly anticipated project was a collaboration between Oprah's Harpo Films, Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment, SGS Pictures, and Quincy Jones Productions. With such influential names backing the film, one would assume that Taraji, a seasoned actress, would be fairly compensated for her talent and dedication. However, that was far from the reality she faced. During her conversation with Gayle King, Taraji revealed that the initial offer she received for her role in the Color Purple remake was not only disrespectful, but also far below what she deserved. It was a blatant lowball. The critically acclaimed film Precious in 2009. Lionsgate, Lee Daniels, and Oprah herself had requested her participation, but Monique stood her ground, demanding fair compensation for the extra time worked. This decision marked a turning point in their relationship and set the stage for a bitter rivalry. In February 2019, Monique sat down for an interview with Steve Harvey, where she revealed the consequences she faced for saying no to powerful figures like Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and Lionsgate. She claimed that she was labeled as difficult and subsequently blacklisted by the entertainment industry. Monique expressed her hurt and disappointment, especially when those who knew she was not wrong, like Oprah and Tyler Perry, did not come to her defense. But it wasn't just the issue of compensation that fueled the feud. Monique also took issue with Oprah's decision to invite her parents and her brother, Gerald, onto her show. Monique was not informed that her parents would also be present on the show, and she felt betrayed by Oprah's decision. It was a painful experience for Monique as she watched her family dynamics play out on national television, exposing deep-rooted issues that she had been grappling with. Monique attempted to reach out to Oprah to address the situation, but her efforts were met with silence. The lack of response left Monique feeling ignored and hurt, further straining their already fractured relationship. The incident left a lasting impact on Monique's career, as she noticed a sudden disappearance of major role opportunities that had previously been on the table. She believed that she was blackballed by Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels, as she was handpicked for significant roles that were abruptly taken away after the rift between her and Oprah. She still maintains that Oprah owes her a public apology for the way she was treated. Throughout her open letter, Monica questioned Oprah's integrity and accused her of hypocrisy. She pointed out Oprah's involvement in Me Too documentaries about Michael Jackson and Russell Simmons, while simultaneously claiming to find the silver lining in situations like Harvey Weinstein's scandal. Monica Monique argued that if Oprah supported the accusers of one, she should support the accusers of all. In her powerful open letter to Oprah Winfrey, Monique didn't hold back as she shared her personal experiences and confronted the talk show host head-on. Monique recalled an attempt that left her feeling undervalued and disheartened. The situation became so dire that Taraji had to take a stand and threatened to walk away from the project altogether in order to secure a fair paycheck. This revelation shed light on the ongoing struggle that Black actresses, even those with extensive experience like Taraji, face in the industry. Despite their undeniable talent and contributions, they are often forced to fight tooth and nail for what is rightfully theirs. Taraji's emotional breakdown during the interview showcased the toll this constant battle takes on her and others like her. The issue of fair pay for Black actresses is not a new one. If you remember, Monique previously called out Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels for freezing her out after she refused to do a movie tour without proper compensation. Monique's career suffered as a result, and she has been vocal about the lack of support and opportunities she received following her refusal. Fans are now demanding that Oprah publicly apologize to Monique and do more to address the pay disparities faced by Black women in the industry. The fact that Taraji remained silent when Monique initially spoke out has raised questions and led to speculation about her motives. However, rumors suggest that Taraji privately offered her support to Monique, indicating a shared understanding of the challenges they both face. And yes, Oprah found her way into the rap scene with one of the greats, 50 Cent. It was a dream that seemed within reach for 50 Cent, the chance to appear on Oprah Winfrey's iconic talk show. As a former drug dealer from Jamaica, Queens, this opportunity held immense significance for him. It was not only a chance to showcase his success, but also a way to prove to his beloved grandmother, a devoted Oprah fan, that he had transformed his life for the better. But when the idea was pitched to Oprah, everything took an unexpected turn. She made it clear that she had no interest in what 50 Cent had to offer. 50 Cent reportedly stated that she was entirely opposed to everything in his music, leading him to believe that he would never be invited onto her show. He seemed to accept this as a sign of his significant success. Consequently, he expressed a resigned attitude, suggesting that if they couldn't be friends, they might as well be enemies. Frustrated and disappointed, 50 Cent didn't hold back. He unleashed his fury on Oprah, berating her fan base and even going as far as naming one of his dogs Oprah. It was a bold move, a clear statement of his defiance and refusal to be silenced. The feud between 50 Cent and Oprah had begun, and it would captivate the public's attention for years to come. But little did they know that this clash of titans would eventually take an unexpected turn. 50 Cent reportedly stated that everything in his music stemmed from his personal experiences, citing how he wrote about being shot 9 times. He argued that everyone creates content that resonates widely based on painful moments, questioning if they are not supposed to express or write about these experiences as they happened. On the other hand, Oprah was said to believe in utilizing her platform to promote positivity and uplift voices that inspire change. She reportedly questioned whether certain lyrics in songs perpetuated harmful stereotypes and contributed to a culture of violence and misogyny. Despite the heated exchange of words and public animosity, 50 Cent and Oprah Winfrey eventually found a way to put their differences aside and forge an unlikely friendship. However, this newfound camaraderie did not mean that they saw eye to eye on everything, especially when it came to 50 Cent's controversial lyrics.